Having multiple channels is tough, but with enough planning, the idea of it is each channel kind of inspires each other to be a little bit better and, switch things up for me as the creator. Hey friends, it's been a minute. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Typically, I would be dropping a video every other day, every 3 days, but I took pretty much a little over a week off to not only concentrate on my other photography and performance channel, but also try to work a little bit heavier on the workout stuff. I wanted to see how much more fit I can get as summer draws to a close. Also, speaking of summer, I was trying to enjoy it a little bit more, do a few more longer walks, take to the beach a little bit with friends, watch a few more fun shows. So I really tried to maximize as much as I can before September rolls in because it is one of the heavier months during the year. So while I can have a lot more balance in all of the things that I wanted to do, I tried to maximize that. Also, this year, I really concentrated on doing the dedicated vlog channel. That is a lot more for personal development. And the funny thing is, the more that I became a little bit more confident in doing my conversations with you guys, it really helped me hone how I can make my professional photography and performance channel more efficiently. After concentrating on the vlog for a few months, I then started slowly shifting back to doing my reviews, my podcasts, as well as a few more performance related videos on my other channel. All in all, I'm learning a lot from both channels. On the personal vlog channel, I'm learning to be a little bit more loose, talk a little bit more articulately, not be too much of a perfectionist in terms of being able to create content because consistency trumps most of other things. And I want to start building back my other channel so that I can still grow both in a very well managed, deliberate pace. And in terms of what I'm learning from my performance and photography channel to my vlogs is when I started going back to my talking head format, what you're seeing right now, shooting with a mirrorless camera and this handheld mic, which is just a DJI Mic 2 connected to my FX30 using a 15 millimeter 1.4. I figured, oh, this is not as difficult a setup as I thought it was going to be before. Like if I set it up and leave it on my station where I typically do my talking heads, it's not difficult to just turn on the camera, turn on the mic, and just speaking to camera. This could be another format I will do for the vlog channel moving forward. And I really, really like it. I've always been a little bit more shy in terms of being able to perform or being able to command conversation, but I typically use this branded mic on my podcasts. And whenever I do my podcasts, I feel a little bit more comfortable in that conversation, feels a little bit more natural. But I recently discovered it's because holding something like this makes me feel a little bit secure. It's somewhat of a security blanket for me. All of us have different things that will help us be more comfortable in a particular spot. Some people like wearing sunglasses. Some people like walking around more, talking with their hands. Mine is this mic that I'm holding right now grounds me, keeps me more focused on what I want to say. So I might start doing this a lot more, setting this up, talking to you guys straight on camera like this because for me, it feels natural and it'll help me create more and create more efficiently. It's not much more of a lift whenever I want to create more videos on both channels. Another thing that I learned is that yes, having two channels is very difficult. Maintaining them is very, very difficult because you need to be pumping out content consistently on both. And then I also realized that I might not have energy and time and expertise to do that at a clip where it's going to be very optimized for my channel. But also at the same time, I'm proud on what I'm doing in both channels. So I will be doing a lot more cross posting using the post function of YouTube. This vlog channel is fairly new, so a lot of people that have subscribed or seeing my channel through my videos or my shorts may not have the background of where I came from, which is mostly hobbyist photography, hobbyist videography, and also showcasing a lot of my friends or mostly performers. So slowly, the ones that I feel that are more PG, granted that a lot of the performance videos that I shoot is a little bit more on the risque side, and I will slowly try to showcase more of the videos that I do on the other channel for two reasons. One, I can repurpose content. I can drive audiences from one channel to the other, and also more importantly, open you guys' eyes to this wild and wide world of performance art, particularly here in New York, the center of arts and creativity of the world. So, the past couple of weeks, there were a couple of videos that I published on the other channel, one of which is Corvella Vixen's Go-Go set, which is 15 minutes of this amazing dancer performing for an intimate crowd. So for those who are not familiar what go-go dancing is, they are the ones that continues the ambiance of an event. So if there is, let's say, a burlesque show, there will be an intermission, but also before the show starts, you want to hype the crowd up, prepare them for the night of artistry and sensuality. So you'll typically have go-go dancers dancing around the space where you can tip them with your hard-earned dollars. That is very, very allowed. That is encouraged. And this is how performers make a little bit of money and also gets you in the mood to be able to enjoy your night better and also give the other performers a little bit of a break so that they can change costume if there's a second set or like a second performance, but also allow the bar, the venue, to sell more beverages and food. It is an integral part of a live performance event. And Curvella is not only a stellar dancer, but this was actually her first go-go set ever, and she absolutely killed. So everybody in the space was very, very entertained. They were hyping each other up, hyping the performer up. So I'm really happy that I was able to document that because I typically don't film the go-go sets. They tend to be a little bit longer and sometimes they're not in frame of the camera, so I don't have as much of really cool footage then. But this one, most of the performance was captured by one of the four cameras that I set up in that event. So if you guys are interested in what a go-go set would look like in an intimate bar in Brooklyn, New York, I will leave that video in the description below. Super duper fun. I'll also throw in another performance video that was also part of that event is the performance of Didi Opulent. They are an amazing drag performer. This was more of a lip sync performance, so a little bit more reserved movement, but still highly sensual and highly entertaining for everyone. So if you don't have as much experience on what drag performances look like, you've never seen it live, this might be a nice way for you guys to see whether this thing is for you. In a very safe space, no judgment. If you like it, great. Support your local drag performer. If not, there are other performances that I will be showcasing and other performances that you can support. And one of the things that I was following and thinking about a lot during the summer is the new technology that has recently dropped. So the cool new tech for 2025 summer, I broke down to the three most popular segments that I thought was going to be interesting for the audience, but also very, very interesting for me. So I talked about the DJI 360 versus the incumbent Insta360 X5. I go into detail in the other video. I'll link that below. But in a nutshell, because you're not just buying a 360 camera, you're buying an ecosystem. And I already have an Insta360 X5 that I upgraded from the X4. And I think the main reason why I'm not going to consider the DJI 360 is the DJI 360 does not have a replaceable lens. So if it gets scratched, you really have to send it back to the manufacturer for repairs. From what I've read, it is very quick, it's very easy, it's not that expensive, but still, The Insta360 X5 has at-home lens repair kits, which if you have any experience in 360 cameras, that bulging lens gets very, very easily scratched. I'm sticking with the X5, but I'm gonna keep the DJI 360 on notice until maybe their version 2, version 3. I'm pretty sure they're going to do some form of replaceable lens in the future. And because I have a lot of DJI things and accessories, I have a lot of DJI action cameras, I have a lot of DJI mics, that will be a more cohesive ecosystem should I switch to that in the future. The other segment that I talked about was the Insta360's incubator. Antigravity is a different camera brand incubated by Insta360, and they develop their own drone but with 360 lens. So it's funny because they switch. So DJI, the drone company, dipped into 360 space, and Insta360, the 360 camera incumbent, dipped into the drone space, which is DJI's expertise. Competition is great. It'll push them to do better products, more innovative products. Hopefully that will drive better quality of footage and quality of life for us, and hopefully drive prices a little bit more competitively in the future. During that video, I wasn't impressed with the Antigravity A1 as much, but the more that other reviewers, other photographers, videographers, cinematographers, and drone pilots drop their initial review of the Antigravity A1, the more that I'm becoming more convinced that I will most likely get the Antigravity A1 when it drops. Might take a while before it drops, and I do like the idea that the Antigravity A1 is definitely just like the Mini 4 Pro 249 grams sub drone, just with a 360 camera, but with a mostly FPV controller to fly the drone. Because I've never flown an FPV drone, I've never flown FPVs, there's no unlearning for me in terms of flight. And the way that these newer reviewers are dropping the way that you fly this drone is becoming more evident that anti-gravity really wanted it to be user friendly. I think I'll enjoy using this camera in the future. The only sticking point for me will be the price, because not only is it a drone with the 360 lens on it, which will probably be a premium over a regular drone, but because it is using the FPV platform in terms of flight, you will need goggles and you'll need a different controller. I'm thinking that will really, really up the price of this version 1 of the camera. So I'm concerned with that. In my head, if it's sub $1,000, if it's $899, there's a very, very good chance for me getting this. But looking at comparable smaller prosumer FPV drones that came out last year, 2 years ago, I'm looking at it as possibly around $1,100, $1,200, where if it's that much, I might wait a little bit longer, because that's a lot more of an initial investment for a V1 of any camera. Lastly, on that video, I talked about the Oakley Meta Houston smart glasses. So it's Oakley's version of the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. Those I'm definitely going to get, just because I'm a really big fan of smart glasses. And the long and short of it is I play a lot of slow pitch softball. I play a lot of outdoor sports. I think I'll have a lot of fun documenting POV style content around those. The only reason why I'm not getting it right now is because the only color of frame and lens that is out there is a white frame with prism, or it's kind of like an orange lens, which is not necessarily my look and my feel. I am a bigger fan of transition lenses, so I can use them indoors and outdoors, even if it's not as dark as traditional sunglasses. I will prefer that just for the utility, and I'll just wait a couple of more weeks when Oakley releases different colors and combinations of frame and lenses in the future. Oh, also, I almost forgot. I also dropped a behind the scenes video of one of my more recent shoots with my very, very close friend Lucy and another friend Sassy. They used to do this Regency era themed brunch at one of the restaurants in downtown Manhattan. And they still had all of these Regency era costumes that they really wanted to shoot something in the park with. So, if you're not familiar with what Regency era is, I'm not either. But from what I understand, Bridgerton is around that era. So, 1800s. So, they have these super cool, amazing costumes. And we walked around the park near me, took some shots in some fixtures on the field. It was really, really fun. Not only shooting the photographs of it, doing the behind the scenes was also very interesting because you can really see the glamorous world of modeling where you have to change in the middle of the park because you don't have changing places. We don't have assistants. We don't have lighting people. It's just us walking around the park, interacting with the people that found the costumes and the shoot fairly interesting as well. So it was a really, really cool experience. And I'm really happy that I was able to do the behind the scenes so I can show you guys what really happens in smaller hobbyist shoots like what we do on a very regular basis. That's pretty much it. Just sitting down, talking to you guys. I'm really enjoying the incremental improvements on just the day to day of life. Vlogging is a huge part of that. Just being given a reason to create content, to work on the communication skills that I will always be continuously improving on is kind of one of those kicks in the butts that I need to do. So I need to make a video. I need to think of something and I need to write it down, organize it. I need to make time for it, meaning I need to finish my workout, finish my cooking, cleaning, daily chores, finish the day job at a reasonable time so that I'll be able to have enough time to film and edit all of these fun stuff. So it is just more of, for me now, a growth guardrail. It helps me become more organized, helps me not procrastinate as much as I would want. And then on the flip side as well, I try my best not to be pressured to be extremely consistent. I want to be consistent, but not at the expense of me being too busy, too tired, and burnt out in any of the aspects of the life that I'm enjoying right now. Thank you very much for hanging out, listening to my updates. I'm really liking this format only because it is already set up so I can use it for both my photography and performance channel as well as the vlog channel. So you might see a lot more of just sit down talking head type vlog updates in the future. And I also, as a teaser, have a few more new camera lenses and accessories that I've ordered that I will be experimenting on the next couple of weeks and months. And those formats will eventually end up here as well. So look forward to that. Thank you very much for hanging out. I hope to see you in your next video, and hopefully, I'll see you in mine. Bye.